Doctor, your thoughts first before
good
we play
morning.
that video.
It's good to be here.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
In fact,
it's worrisome because many lives have been threatened. In fact, some people have been killed, and some have been mobbed to the point of almost losing their lives.
Absolutely.
So it's a reality, something that needs to be addressed. Over 20 people have alleged that their organs had appeared. But at the end of the day, we're also hearing from the Commissioner for the FCT saying that this thing is not real. So we really need to address this thing. So for us,
accused him of stealing his organ. And he says, you know what, let's just get to the next police spot report. So while it was discovered that nothing was missing. Meanwhile, the people in the bus had already almost started hitting him and all of that. So people will be talking more about this. But in the meantime, just listen to Beatrice, who say that they started this thing last week on Sunday or so, and right now they were able to steal one person's organ in Bauchi State, and now they cannot return it because the organ who knows how to do it is dead. Listen.
Kasate me? Ana sa ma? Ta ake sacewa.
Ana magani ne ana shafawa hannu.
Ya kai ka sace?
Ana kun sha hannu da shi to ya kana magana ya.
To in ka sace ce ina kake kaiwa?
Ni ina kai ina ba mu wannan ne.
Waye wannan din me sunan shi? Nuna shi mana.
Gashi nan.
Me sunan shi?
Bitrus.
Bitrus. Bitrus waye me sunan ka?
Kafin a je ciran da.
To
me kuke da shi? Shine yake san yana kai ma ogansa.
Amma kai haka kawai kake masa aiki ba kuɗi ba komai?
Wala bai bayar bani ba tukun.
Nawa ya baka kasa?
Bai bani ba komai.
Dama nawa zai baka idan ka sace?
To bai fada min ba.
Na mutane na ka sata.
Da ne.
Nga sata me yake da shi?
To ni ba sai yanda yake yi yana kaiwa yana ban sai abin da yake. Ranan Ladi.
Ka sace dai wannan shine na biyu kenan?
Ɗaya kenan.
To shi waye ka kaiwa shi da ka sace?
Ni ga wanda na kai.
Me sunan shi?
Bitrus.
Kana da mata?
Ina da mata.
Ya.
Ina da yara.
Yara na sace naka ya zaka shiga.
Wallahi.
Me ka son gwamnati ta maka?
Amin afuwa.
A maka afuwa.
To amma me ya tura ka kai wannan?
Wallahi.
Me ya tura ka me kana ganin ya zai rayu? Wani rayuwa kake so yi?
Ni ba sani.
Kuna mayarwa mutum da shi ne daga baya ko kuma ya tafi?
Ana mayarwa amma mai mayarwa ya mutu.
To yanzu wanda aka sace mishi ina shi yake?
Yana hannun wancan. Bura yana hannun wancan wanda ya mutu.
Ni wannan ne ya sace bura.
Yayi me?
Shine ya bani.
Ya sace?
Da ya bani sai na kai ma oganmu.
Waye oganku?
Yunana.
Yunana waye?
Yunana Abubakar.
Shekarun shi nawa shi Yunana?
Gaskiya ban san shekarun
ina shi Yunanan yake?
Gaskiya ya mutu.
Me yake yi da shi?
Yankewa ake
a zakarin ya ake cirewa. A'a.
The issue around the issue of penis is being missing in several parts of this country. So we started to hear from Kogi State, and we said it was Kogi, and then it moved to the FCT, and now you have the situation in Bauchi State, with organs being missing and disappearing or being stolen by individuals. Now, according to him, for those of you who did not understand, according to the suspects, the two of them, they were saying that they apply something on their palm, and once they shake the individual, shake hands with the individual, his reproductive organ, disappears, and they take it and they pass it on to each other. One person takes it, passes it on to the other, and then the other one moves it upward onto their boss. And the sad part of it is that the boss at the moment, died in the process, because when they were arrested, he made to escape after acknowledging that he had the organ in his possession, and he made to escape, and one of the security guys hit him with the butt of a gun, and then he passed. So sad news for the person whose organ was missing, because it cannot be returned now. You're wondering why anyone would steal it, and according to them, they don't know why. What it's going to be used for, because their Oga, who is late now, did not tell them what it was going to be used for. Sadly, again, they did not even negotiate as to how much it was going to be paid. So it's just a very somewhat funny story, but then this is where we are.
Yeah.
There's a confusion in the land. Some people agree, believing, some people do not. Dr. Shinedu.
Yeah.
So apparently, the question that's been on the minds of many people is, how does it get missing? Is it that the place becomes sealed off and nothing, you can't see anything there, or that it's the strength of of the organ that is taking, and then you have a physical one that is docile and dormant and useless, or is it that it just shrinks in general? We've had these conversations back and forth. How would you want Nigerians now to handle this situation? Because if somebody is accepting or acknowledging that they are in this business,
Yes.
it brings you to want to somewhat agree that it exists, that this is possible.
Yes.
So how would you advise people to handle such situations going forward?
First, let me say that I think such a thing can happen. There is black magic, there is juju, metaphysical powers, whereby people can do untoward things, bad things to others. I think it is possible for people to use juju power, as we call it here, to make people become ineffective. However, you ask the question whether is it that the organ disappears or something. I think what is possible is for the potency of the organ to disappear. It's not that the thing shrinks inside or like it is chopped off. I've never seen it like that. But what I think that could happen is for the potency of the penis to disappear. So it becomes limp, useless, and all of that. That it could be possible, but it is also punctuated scientifically by what the commissioner of police said, that he has had over 20 cases, and almost all these cases have been checked, even with medical doctors who proved or who said their organs, the organs of these people who alleged that their organs had been stolen, were fine, were there and functioning. So what is there is for the society to understand that it's not everybody that raises alarm that is actually having his organ. In fact, now too, because there's the case of.
If we listen to the end of the video, one of the journalists, the reporters asked them, do they steal female organs? And he said, no, they don't steal female organs.
Well, in a sister station, I listened to, there is a complaint a woman brought that her clitoris had been stolen, and then the owner of the station addressed it this way. Well, there are people whose clitorises might have been mutilated, what's that? Female genital mutilation. And somebody who knows that hers had been cut off can come up and start creating scenes. Oh, my clitoris has disappeared. And at the end of the day, maybe if they go to the doctor, they discover that there is nothing there. And then it looks like it's true. The truth is that many Nigerians are taking advantage of this to possibly extort money from people. Somebody they see maybe they think they can get money from the person, and they start shouting, "Oh, my organ has been stolen, my genitals have been stolen." Then people start making noise, and then maybe the person accepts and they negotiate settlement. But the fact is this: Nigerians should know better, and that's why you are holding. We're having this section.
Absolutely.
Nigerians should know that when somebody raises the alarm that his or her genital had been stolen, the first thing to do is to hold the person who raised the alarm and the person that is accused. Nobody should be beaten, but they should be taken to the police station and let the police do their job. Because if your organ is working and you go to the police, and of course the police will take you to doctors, definitely it will be confirmed whether it's no more there. Nigeria should not react immediately by beating the person. There is the case of somebody who was beaten twice and almost dying. And at the end of the day, everything is not true. So an enemy, somebody who is in the streets, maybe you are at one junction or the other, and your body touches another person, and they look at you, size you up, and they think they can get something from you. They raise the alarm, and then Nigerians will troop out and begin to beat the person.
It makes a case for this whole conversation around jungle justice and mob actions against people. We are very, very big on they say he did this. Even before investigating to find out the truth or anything, you hear people who have been accused of stealing when they didn't really in actual sense steal anything, and they were beaten to a pulp. Some of them were even killed and burnt to death. This is a problem that needs to be tackled. Again, Abuja people, Nigerians in general, like Dr. Chinedu said, you cannot afford to start hitting somebody before you find out the truth. There was a situation, I'm looking for that audio now. A young man who had accused somebody of stealing his organ. The person was beaten to a pulp. She's in the hospital. She's lying somewhere in the hospital. And then a few days later, it was discovered that nothing happened. And they asked him, so now what should be done to you, or what do you think should? He said he should be forgiven, and of course he would be forgiven. But then the person who is in the hospital maybe is badly injured or marred for life on account of a mob action that naturally should never have happened in the first place. We're still having this big conversation as to whether it's a myth or it's true or it exists, because whether we like it or not, the people who believe in the scientists, the doctors would never accept that any of these things can happen, even though some other Nigerians believe, look, there's nothing that's impossible in this country. Anything can happen with the power of the black magic and the juju, as we call it. So join the conversation. I'd love to hear from you this morning. If you have experienced this, all right? If you have in any way experienced, genital disappearance, share with us. If you know somebody who does it, who steals people's organs, or who has been stolen, also talk to us about it. Okay, I'd love to have first-hand experiences, to hear first-hand experiences about this thing. Let's trash it out this morning. Okay.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Elder Noja. Good to have you.
I was expecting you to bring this program.
Okay,
and
it's here now.
Contribute.
It's here now.
I thank God that you bring this program. Let me enlighten Nigeria about Area 1. I call it Area 1 Discharge. I call it Area 1. You see, there's something about that. What you need to cause it is that some of us, during olden days, we do the for prevent ourselves. And some of us, we have idol worshiping. And then they initiate some of us to that place. And then when we came to Christians, we don't recognize those things. If you don't read that time, if your body touch anybody where you have the same group with you, you go react. If you are that fish where they shock, it makes you react. The private part may go inside. But within 30 minutes, you come back. And then two, if I went to tell Nigeria, if anything happen like that, get pure water, cool pure water, and give it to that person. Within some seconds, that private part will come down, will come out. And then the other thing, there are some people where you have sex with a period woman where they period. If you have sex with woman where they period, after 5 years, that thing can react to somebody's body where you have the same group. That man, when they are about you, where they are intervening, because they have killed in seconds, and then it's under duress. That's why he confessed that they are killing organs. There's no killing of organs. Even the person where the thing reacts from the body, you don't know. We have investigated. I have been investigation for 30 years. This thing used to happen every after 5 years. As it happened this year now, count it up from this year. After 5 years, it happened again. The same group of those people, if maybe they touch somebody's body, they must react. Even those people where they take the treatment organ, maybe their own body, react to another person's body. From this thing, somebody will go inside. But within some seconds or 20 minutes, he come back. And then if he did not come back, this alligator pepper, get the seed, about 7 of it, let him chew it before he chew it fully. He comes back. So I'm appealing to Nigeria, don't beat anybody when say organ disappearance. It used to happen. The nature of where we came from, and then what we do from back, make the body to react. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Elder Onoja. Wisdom of the old, the wisdom of the elders coming in there. It's quite interesting because, like Elder Onoja pointed out, I was going to say this earlier, there's always a season for this. Correct. I remember from when I was in primary school, there's always, after a couple of years, you hear that, human organs are missing and going, it goes viral that everybody, there was a time in secondary school and a few weeks or so into resumption on the next term, we heard that he was beating at the market for stealing someone's organs, and that was the end. That was the last time we saw him in school. He never returned to school anymore. I remember his name. His name's Sunday. Again, after that, let's bring in some more callers. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome. Let's hear you. Is this Comrade Haruna? Hello. Okay, seems like the network. Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? I'm hearing you.
Okay, I can hear you. What's your name, please?
This is Comrade Haruna.
Welcome, Comrade Haruna. Let's hear you.
All right. Please, actually, I want to agree with the honor judge that is a season something. Let me give you a scenario. I have experienced such, but thank God where this thing happened, it was in a controlled environment. 2002, this is 3 years ago, when I was in secondary school. President Henacho, after assembly, I met a friend of mine. I don't know him that much. I the guy should explain. So other staff came to the office. They started interrogating. The guy was saying when I shake him, he couldn't control himself. He was feeling dizzy, this and that. To see if there's anything in me. And I was just crying and saying, I didn't do anything like that. You understand? So one of the teachers and said, okay, they know what to do. Let them look for a lady and put both of them in a room and make the guy had something like that. The next thing was like, okay, thing is back now, it's getting better, everything is normal. You understand? But I was so grateful I had a very strong dad who took the case up. You understand? He took the case up. In fact, at the end of it, it was in a controlled environment.
Anything could have happened.
Yeah, anything could have happened just to see how they can crucify you. So please, police should do more finding and stop saying that it's not real.
Thank you so much, Comrade Haruna, for sharing your thoughts and your experience. Very, very, very good that we had this. I mean, anything could have happened, like he said. Anything could have happened if he wasn't in a controlled environment. Let's bring in another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Big Blessing. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
I'm glad you're
everybody.
Here, Let's hear you.
You see, this is where we not break up today, but some not true, some no be true. I don't believe it. Why I not believe it? The guy waiting happen last week or Sunday, upper Sunday. One boy will go buy soap for somebody shop. The guy wants to go at we you made that say. Now so the man shout he said this boy carry his picky body. If picky no fit. Before you know how these people say they know, now so they gather this boy, they want kill this boy that the last week or Sunday. The boy they with us here. It also surprised mother what are you before you know the person will say this boy cannot do that kind of thing. Now so they panabi this boy, Now they can't carry the boy when they say carry person, but they carry and go hospital. The person bay himself, do what you have to now the community now guy that say this boy when you lie, they carry the small picky come. They open it but they may peace, the picky peace. But then when you say this boy carry, the boy bay himself now, not that the boy bay himself, he dey here they work for our house, they call the boy, they may call. May call collect the community gather money. They make the woman pay the boy money where he pay for police station. They gather the money. They won't give the boy. The boy say no go carry. He leave the matter for God. Tell me say now so you go just say die. What you no know. This thing now, please. They will not just the big person. We say person shall say they carry it, but they begin they beat there. May they not beat there. Some not be true. Please, I'm begging.
Thank you.
See happen for the first way I know. Now bless you.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Again. Evidence that people can be falsely accused for what they know nothing about. This is a sensitization call. Do not lynch anybody on account of genital organs being missing or disappearing at any time, at any point. In fact, for any reason, do not mob anybody. Yes. Do not beat anybody.
And that's why we are here. We are trying to conscientize Nigerians, especially here in Nigerians, though it seems to be more here in the FCT. Please, when people raise alarms concerning these things, do not overreact. The best thing that should be done is for the accuser and the accused, the person raising the alarm and the person being accused, to be, let's say, not arrested in the at least let them be secluded from the crowd, and then give some time. The right thing should be take them to the police station. The police knows what to do. Nigerians should not take laws into their hands. They should not execute anybody. You know, the story of one man, I think it was earlier this week, is so touching. The young man was being beaten and he was almost losing his life. He was going to calling people would pass. Nobody would want to intervene until he got to the gate of one estate. I can't remember again. It was only an older man that had the courage to come talk to him and find out what was happening. Where people hear that somebody has stolen, just people will madly pounce on the person, begin to hit the person. Some carry stones like they are killing snake, you know, throw stones at people just because they were accused. And at the end of the day, just like the commissioner of police has said, none of those over 20 cases was true. Not one was true. So Nigerians should exercise self-control, self-restraint in such situations. When somebody is raising an alarm, just like Elder Onoja has said, I don't know, it was like, he said it's some kind of reaction. If my body touches you or something, there could be some kind of reaction. But after a while,
supernatural thing that we
so we're Africans, but my advice, Nigerians should exercise restraint. Let's not go killing people. Many people have lost their lives innocently without doing anything, just because somebody raised an alarm. That should not be the story. Especially Abuja is super metropolitan, so to speak. It's not a village. It's not where people just do things anyhow. It's a place where people do things scientifically. Your organ has been stolen, no problem, stay here. Oh, they say you stole the organ, no problem, stay here. Then you take them to the nearest police station, and police will douse the tension and then do what they ought to do.
Well explained. Well explained. I'm guessing that you're getting a feeling of where this conversation is going. You already have a picture of where it's going, because it's easy to accuse somebody else. There's an adage in Igbo that says if they carry somebody else's corpse, it feels like firewood. But when it comes home, you know that actually someone is lost, and you feel the pain more when you're the one who's been accused, or when somebody's close to you has been accused. So please, as much as you can, put yourself in the shoes of these people. All right. It would not make sense if people just beat somebody to a pulp on account of an accusation or something that they know next to nothing about. Please, let's be very, very careful. The conversation continues. We'll be talking more. Dr. Chinedu Samuel is still here in the studio, and we're going to be taking more of your thoughts. Those of you who have experiences, please share them with us. Keep it here.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
It's the Tiva Jeans Carnival. Yes, the Teens and Youth Ministry of Christ Embassy Abuja Zone proudly presents Tiva Jeans Carnival with Pastor Dikko Fisher.
This carnival will stimulate, refreshen, and rebuild your relationship with God.
Don't miss the Tiva Jeans Carnival if you are a young person living in or near Abuja on Saturday, October 21, 2023, starting at noon at the Velodrome, National Stadium, Abuja.
It will be spiritually exciting, fulfilling, and soul lifting.
The Tiva Jeans Carnival, there is nothing like it.
Experience inspiring discussions, heart-pounding music and dance like never before.
Don't miss out on the Tiva Jeans Carnival. Mark your calendars and spread the word. See you there, and God bless you.
Christ Embassy, giving your life a meaning. Powered by Christ Embassy Abuja Zone.
You are healed right now.
Yeah, miracle don't come. For you to believe remain, my people. This now Ogbonge breaking news. Healing Streams, they flow come here the month again. And this time, it no go pass you. Begin day ready for Healing Streams live healing services with Pastor Chris Wegushele from Friday 27, go reach Sunday 29 October 2023 by 3 p.m. every day. I beg, type this link on top internet to register yourself. Make you for attend. ethsch.org/1 capital H capital C. You fit to come follow us watch for Christ Embassy Durumi, within near American International School, or for any Christ Embassy Church and our plenty healing centers within near you. The program go day live here for Abuja on top Rhythm 94.7 FM and Eagles 102.3 FM. Plenty station fit to join too. For question and informate, call or send message to 0908 748 6039 abi 0908 013 2436. Friday 27, go reach Sunday 29th of this October, 3 p.m. every day. This na your time. Tell everybody.
Lotto don't come. Come chop better prices every day with only 100 naira. I know they want you. Every day, people get chance to win. Bone straight hair, iPhones, Samsung phone unko, iPad, laptops, TV, and many orishi them for 100 naira in Kechi where you date. Yet Sunday, where that's your 100 naira change. Oga Yanga don't come. Yanga Lotto don't land with just 100 naira. If it be you, play Yanga Lotto today. Yanga Lotto, do Yanga.
Yanga, madam, make we do the Yanga. Like say we jump in Maka, brother, waiting with the matter. Won't you make it Yanga? Yanga Lotto, which come choppy.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Thank you so much for leaving your dials locked on your radio experience. You can count on. This is Eagles Outlook. And this morning, we're talking about disappearing organs. Is it a myth or is it true? My guest has been Dr. Chinedu Samuel, who's been in this conversation with us. We're taking thoughts and responses and experiences. If you've had an experience with genital organs disappearing, or penises, clitoris disappearing, all of that, have you had a personal experience? What was the experience like? Has your organ been stolen before? If it has, please share that story with us and how, what happened. If you got it back, if you didn't, let us know. We would really appreciate that. Dr. Chinedu, just recently, before now, we had never heard of, female organs disappearing. And in this round or in this cycle of it, we're getting to hear about that. Do you even think that that's possible to do?
It's amazing. These things are really non-science. It's like fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a woman alleges that her clitoris had been stolen. Well, I know that there is a female genital FGM thing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if a woman had been circumcised, there will be a patch there that shows that it's not something fresh. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody, maybe because hers had been removed when she was young, and she starts raising alarm that her clitoris had been stolen, I think it could be checked. When it is checked and it is discovered that it was what happened when she was, it will be there. But if it's fresh, which is, as I'm saying, it's something it means. It can't happen. How can somebody's clitoris disappear? However, as people are alleging and accusations are coming, the doctors know what to do. If a clitoris is not there, well, it will be known whether it is a fresh thing or an old thing.
It would be, again, it goes back to allowing investigations to run their full course, not just lynching or attacking anybody. If you accuse if someone is accused, listen to both parties, take them to the police. Let the police handle these matters. At the end of the day, both parties would find, would be satisfied if the police does the investigation properly.
If I may point out, there was a video making the rounds where a certain security body, there are men were involved in hitting somebody that was accused without doing the normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, NSCDC officials.
I saw that video.
They were flogging the guy that was alleged to have stolen a penis. But the right thing would have been get the two of them and then do the right thing instead of hitting the other person instantly there and asking him to return it. So unscientific.
Let's get back to the phone lines now and bring in callers. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. Gaguchiti, what's your name, sir?
It's very possible for me. My name is Francis. I'm calling from Dede, actually. So, but those organ harvesting or maybe missing organ, it's very possible because do you know why I say it's possible? It's having to see all these magicians that used to put knife inside their eyes or choke their eyes. If they turn it to all this magic, they can use it to harvest somebody's organ. So I think that kind of thing is possible. And if it is not happening, people would have been talking it like this. So police saying that is not true. And that is one thing with Nigeria police. They will never investigate. It's not happening. It's just like that. Why not investigate? Ask people. At least if we had like 10 people or 10, they will give you.
Mr. Case, the police in FCT for particularly have come out to say they've had at least 20 cases. If out of 20 cases, none of it is true, you have a reason. It in scientific research, if nothing zero out of 20, you have a cause to believe that this is what it is. This is a fact, right? And that's what the police is basing a statement on, and saying if we've been able to meet 20 people who have been accused, and at the end of the day, no truth was established in it, then it doesn't exist. That's what the police is going by.
Okay, no problem. But what I know is that it's very possible that all these things will be happening. All these people that are doing magic, all these people that are, if they invest that thing into that, it will work. It's just normal, the same thing.
We've seen people stab themselves with knives and, did not penetrate and all of that. But let's bring in some more callers and get more thoughts in before we wrap it up. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Moses.
Thank you. I want to thank God for your guest over there, Dr. Chinedu, right?
Dr. Chinedu.
Yeah, God bless you. You have been really hammer on those issues. And I want to thank God for your station too, for this enlightenment. Because media is a big forum that is that we felt something left me immediately. So before you know it, 2 early in the morning, the private part is no more functioning. Before he was taken to a prayer and he was prayed for, and God intervened immediately. And they say he should go and retest his wife to see whether the thing begin to work. And really, God really intervened in that matter. It began to work. He even came to me. We discussed one-on-one. So there is a reality in that what is going on. So you can't blame the police. They believe on the reality, especially police. Fears in the mind of people. Then you discover that these fears may lead to this emotional shock. So people are moving with fears. And even if you have that sexual desire, if there is this fears and shock, it will disappear immediately. So when your body changes in that emotional shock through fears, you begin to see as if they are taking away your private part, and you begin to raise an alarm. So it is better with the advice you gave on the radio, which is the main thing that the Nigerians should follow. Immediately you feel such a thing, and doctors should examine, settle down the way my Onoja just. In a minute or in a few, the thing will come back. Yeah, thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much, Moses. Appreciate you. We're going to have to wrap up this conversation. Dr. Chidi, what would be your final thoughts to Nigerians? You just heard what he said, Moses said now, and that's the truth. Because of this frenzy and the anxiety, anything can happen. You can actually, just because the mind is so powerful, just because your mind is there and thinking about it, you may react in certain ways. It may seem like this thing is not functioning, it's no longer functional.
The truth is that Nigerians should learn to give some time for everything. Now that Onoja has brought a different dimension to this, whereby people's bodies react and so on and so forth, anybody who feels his organ has been stolen, it's just to give it a little time. And then instead of raising an alarm, and if an alarm has been raised, because, just like you said, people are apprehensive now, people are fearful. For instance, I don't think I want to go shaking hands anyhow, because somebody might look at you, size you up, and think that they can get something from you and then raise an alarm. So the right thing should be, if there is a situation where somebody suspects that another person has stolen his or her organ, now inclusive of ours,
yes,
the right thing should be, draw people's attention, but we are telling Nigerians, don't beat anybody. Police is already informed about this. Like we have said, Ian Acho and myself have said, the Commissioner of Police for the FCT has said they have had over 20 cases in Kurudu, in Gwagwa, and so many places. They've had over 20 cases which have been taken to the medical people who have confirmed that nothing of such exists. If people feel that their body is behaving somehow, and just like we've said, under detention, of course, there might not be erection immediately. What Nigerians should do, give the whole thing some time. Go to the police. I believe even before you get to the police and police intervene,